Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Overwatch is in fact dead. Nobody plays it anymore, and you should just uninstall it. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I am Stylosa. So the big thing here is, right, Overwatch, if you go onto any kind of, go to the Blizzard forums. I dare you to go to the Blizzard forums. I'm not going to put any pictures of the posts up in this video because honestly, they're pretty cringe, a lot of the posts. But there's a lot of posts on there go, oh god, the game's dead. It's so bad, Overwatch. It's all of this stuff. So it got me thinking, right, often on this channel, we've made a ton of videos where it's like, look, this needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. But I've got to be real. It feels like we're just shouting into the void at this point now. We've made these videos, like, I've probably personally made like 10 videos on like fixed competitive. Loads of issues with that. We all know what the issues are with the game. Now, it's up to the devs to come along and implement changes and do all of that good stuff. But the point of this video is, what about if we just look at what we've actually got available in the game? If we look at what can we do to keep Overwatch fresh if we want to keep playing Overwatch? Now, first things first, type of player you are. I'm just going to talk about me because it's the only really relevant thing to myself, right, that I can really talk about in detail. So this is the way I used to play Overwatch. So I've played Overwatch since the game came out. So, we're talking, this is closed beta. It's like 3.5 years ago now. It's pretty long, right, when you think about it. So I play it competitively, but I used to play it in a double or a triple stack, right? Most of the time it was a duo. I think, to be honest, maybe duo and solos were probably equal, and then there was some time playing in a triple stack. Quads is obviously not advisable, and 6 stacks was never really a great idea. But that probably took me through season 1 to 7, maybe. Then after that, it just totally turned into solo play. Like, almost exclusively, all I was doing is playing by myself on the ladder. Now, what does this cause you to do? It will eventually cause you to burn out because certain things will happen in Overwatch. You will get famously overwatched, as I like to call this. So you'll go into a game and everybody just picks whatever the hell they want to pick and it's a mess and you just lose the game. This happens at every goddamn rank of the game. Now, yeah, we could sit here and moan and go, well, actually, if we had role select, if we had different SR for different hero, all of this stuff, right? But that's not the point of this video. The point is, how do you keep this fresh? Well, I probably am a main tank player. I prefer to play DPS, right? I think when it really comes down to it, Soldier 76 is probably my favorite hero. I know he's bland, I know he's simple, but he's probably my favorite hero. Him and McCree, I really like playing those heroes. I actually quite like playing Ashe a lot now, but I've probably played the most amount of time in competitive on tanks, supports, then DPS. Now, I've played loads of different heroes, and I've actually made it a point to play all different types of heroes. So I've got a lot of accounts. You guys know I've got 7 Overwatch accounts, and the highest ranked one is a tank account, which I very rarely play on. It's one of those accounts where you go on, you play a few games, you do your placement, then you just kind of don't play again. That's not a fair reflection of the rank that I'm playing at right now with those heroes, right? If I grinded games out, inevitably I probably would fall a little bit from where that account is, which is it's just in GM. Now, all the other accounts are kind of for different things. The one that I tend to play on a lot is Absolute Unit, and I've got to be real, Absolute Unit is like middle of diamond. It's sort of mid diamond, high diamond, it dips into master, it drops down to master. And what I do with this account is I play off-roll heroes all the time. So if I've played a lot of tanks, right, I think to myself, okay, let's try and play Reaper. I'm hilariously bad at Reaper, but I'm going to try and play Reaper, right? I'm getting better with Reaper, but I'm probably at that level, it's okay. So the whole point of what I'm trying to say is, try and freshen things up a little bit with changing the role that you play. Now, I know I've just give a crazy example. I've got like 7 accounts and all that stuff. I know it's not possible to just go out there and buy loads of accounts because Overwatch is still fairly expensive, although it has had a 50% price cut. But maybe when the new seasons come around, instead of being a support player, maybe you transition to a DPS player. Gives you a whole different perspective on the way the game's played because support plays completely different to DPS, and there's different types of DPS. Look at Pharah compared to Genji, look at Tracer compared to McCree, then look at tanks maybe. So there's a lot of variety there that you can actually, I think, spend a lot of time on and become proficient at. My issue is I've done it kind of all. So I'm like getting a little bit bored myself. I'm like, well, I've played tank, well, I've played support, well, I've played. So I'll just flex, and then you go into the game and you flex, and it's like, But anyway, that's besides the point. What else can you do? Well, like I said, competitive will screw you over. You will get overwatched at some point. When that happens, it's critical you stop playing the game. Because if you carry on, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I'm terrible for this. You know, I've smashed my keyboard more than a few times. Like, I've literally slapped the keyboard like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like a recent example, I remember there was an Ana player who was just standing in front of my barrier. I was playing Reinhardt because I was filling. It was on Rialto. This Ana player just kept walking in front of my barrier. I don't know what she was doing. I don't even know why she was on the front line, and she was getting killed. And I'm like, Ana, what are you doing? And the Ana player is just ignoring, you know, leaves the forwards. And it's like, oh my God. And you end up going like, what am I doing? Like, what the hell is this? This person is ruining my game. You know what I mean? When that starts happening, you've just got to stop playing. So let's take it look at the other ways you can play Overwatch. So, arcade is kind of fun. Kinda. But I've got to be real. The only thing I really play in arcade, yeah, I know you've got Total Mayhem, which is pretty funny. You've got the Deathmatch, which is good for warming up before you go into competitive. But the best two modes in the arcade for me are Ana Paintball and Widowmaker Headshot only. But that's the type of player I am. If you're like a Mercy main, you're not going to want to play Widowmaker Headshot mode because it's completely different to the type of way that you play Overwatch. Get what I'm saying? But it is a way of keeping it fresh. You can dip in for a few hours and play, which actually takes me on to the next point, which is the amount of time we play Overwatch right now. So I've got thousands of hours of Overwatch playtime. But when I look at my playtime from the last 3 seasons or even 4 seasons, it's nowhere near what it used to be. In fact, it's like half. It's literally half. Each season, it kind of drops down by half again. So you can see that I'm playing it, and I'm not playing it as much as I used to. I'm not sitting there for like 6 hours a day blasting Overwatch out. I still play it daily. I'm not going to lie and say I don't play Overwatch daily. I do. If you guys are in my Discord server, you'll notice that it will swap to playing Overwatch, and it's at least for, you know, an hour and a half a day, at least. And probably it's more than that. It's probably still 2 hours a day, I reckon. But it's nowhere near the 6 hours a day. So it's like I'm only playing a third as I used to. And it's not completely uncompetitive. And it's across different accounts. And I'm trying different things. See, I think one of the things that happened to me is it's good for me, I think, to play all of the heroes, to play around the ladder on my skill level with those heroes. So obviously I'm not going to go and play in plat, but I will play in like mid diamond, high diamond on certain heroes. Then I'll play mid master on certain heroes. Then I'll play high master, low GM on other types of heroes. It gives me kind of a better picture on the way Overwatch has been, like the way the community is, right? Because that's only fair. Because if you were just playing on one account and that's the only way you ever experience the game, to me as a content creator, that doesn't really give you the full picture. So I always like to spread out. And the way you guys send in literally thousands of over-analyzed emails does give me a really good viewpoint to look at, because all of those games are literally all over the ladder. So you can sit down and watch them and think, what the hell is going on in this game? Why are people doing that? It's so cool to watch that. Anyway, what else can you do to keep Overwatch fresh? Well, you can quick play. Now, quick play, I think, should be changed a little bit. I honestly think Blizzard should change quick play so it uses competitive rule set, but it has no rank. Because at the moment, when you're just like, okay, we're loading to Numbani, it's like, oh, this is great. Oh, I'm on defense. Actually, I would have liked to have attacked Numbani, but I only get to defend Numbani, then that's it. We defend first point, and that's the end of the map. That doesn't really feel great. So there should be a competitive mode that isn't actually competitive. Just change quick play to that. Maybe just keep quick play and then just give us another mode, right? Unranked competitive. They do it at the end of seasons, or they did. They don't anymore because, well, the season is like a 2-hour break for some pointless reason. Blizzard, what the hell? But that would keep it fresh. So you've got arcade, you've got quick play. Now, the other thing is playing with friends as well. You can actually have a ton of fun in this game. And the best gaming moments I've ever had have been with Overwatch, and it has been when this is like ancient news now to me. You guys who've religiously been watching the channel know what I'm about to say. It was the ESL Go 4 tournaments. These were there was no rank restriction, so we had a team of like people in GM, people in Master, people in Plat, and there was actually somebody in Gold in the team. But it was so much fun. Like, it was so much fun to play with 6 people, all in microphones, all willing to play together. There was no toxicity. It was super, and it was cool. We actually got to the semi-finals a few times, so we did quite well against teams of like full Master players and stuff, which is really cool. So playing with friends can actually be a big bonus. Now, obviously, you can play quick play. Rank doesn't really matter there. You can't play competitive together if your friends are so far apart, which is a bit of a shame, but obviously it's for balanced reasons. Now, the other things you can do with Overwatch are, well, Overwatch League Season 2 is coming out, and this actually is, I mean, you look at Overwatch and you think, right, Sty, last year, what did you do with Overwatch? Well, actually, I watched quite a lot of Overwatch League, and I consumed a lot of Overwatch League stuff. I made videos in Overwatch League, not like thousands of videos, but I did make videos on it. I went to loads of Overwatch League events. I went to like absolutely loads. I'll most likely be going to the opening for season 2 as well like next week, I think that is. So that's going to be super cool to be a part of again. But you do have that whole massive amount of content, because let's not beat around the bush, guys. This is an absolute metric ton of content. There are so many games that get played. It's crazy. Like 4-hour days. It's like, oh my god, how many games have been played? Pick a team, follow a team. It doesn't really matter what team you want to follow. Just go for whatever. You guys know that obviously I'll be following Spitfire, but whatever. So yeah, you do have Overwatch League you can check out, but you might not be a fan of esports, so then you just don't care. So maybe that's not going to be a way that you're going to be able to keep Overwatch fresh. Now, I guess that's kind of it, to be honest, guys, when you look at the game. You've got the seasonal events. They are not fresh. The next seasonal event will be the Archives event, I believe. Actually, is it the Archives event? Yeah, it must be. Let me Google this. This is like highly unprofessional. It is the Archives event, or is it? I always get confused with Archives and Anniversary event. Overwatch events. Come on, Wikipedia, save me. It looks like... Yeah, no, it is, yeah. Anniversaries after Uprising. So the next event should be a totally unique event. So at least we've got that going for us. If it isn't, then that's just going to be a mega disaster of epic proportions, right? Because people are going to be like, what the hell is going on? So I know it can be difficult at times. And I guess the other elephant in the room here is just play other games. Like I have been really bad for this. Like over the last 3.5 years, I've only really played Overwatch. Only recently have I started playing other games. You guys have noticed that I've been playing a bit of Anthem, which I actually do kind of like. I know it's an EA game. I know it's probably going to get shitted on with crazy microtransactions, but it isn't actually that bad. But there's loads of other stuff you could go out there and play. Actually, I did play a few games on my Switch, because when I travel a lot, I play the Switch. So I'd have like, I played the Mario game, played Zelda. I actually didn't play too much of Zelda. There's games like Into the Breach. There's all these. There's literally loads of games that you could be playing. There's Resident Evil 2 right now, which I should probably go and play. So Overwatch is kind of in an okay place. I guess to end this video, I'd like to know how you guys keep Overwatch fresh. I'd actually like to know how you actually play Overwatch now. Like, I doubt it's as crazy as it used to be before, because there's a lot of other games out there for you guys to play. Things like diminishing interest in seasonal events, I think, doesn't really help, because they're the same events all the time. And chronically slow balance patches as well, I think, are a little bit iffy. And I would like it if new heroes came out. But that's not the point of this video. I just wanted to discuss that Overwatch isn't dying. I think it's just actually a bit stale right now. And I think there are a lot of ways to keep it fresh. But when the fun stops, then just stop playing Overwatch, because then you won't tilt. All right, guys, I've been Stylosa, this is Unit Lost. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and also on Instagram, which is @Stylosa. And I'll catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.